Horrific story out of the UK. It's going viral now. The story is from a few years ago, but the Right to Life UK just posted this story of a mother who has a child with Down syndrome who was encouraged to have an abortion full term.
And even being offered termination at full term on the Friday and giving birth to him on the Sunday.
What was said to you?
She's turned around and said to me, you do know we still terminate babies with Down syndrome at 38 weeks.
And what did you say?
I said, well, I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Because I was completely blown away, shocked and disgusted. And here he is, Hector, and you know, he is absolutely beautiful. Yes, he's got a modelling career. You know,
he's beautiful.
He is, and so are you.
Yeah.
And you know, and he's got a lot of people that love him. Wave, Hector. Give us a wave. I'll blow us a kiss. He's got a great fan club.
Really cute kid and everything. Really horrifying story. But it shouldn't surprise us. Trump did a great job in the debate pointing this out when Biden said, nobody wants late-term abortion. Trump said, yes, you do. You're trying to protect abortion up until the moment of birth in some cases. And when you look at the former Virginia Governor Ralph Northam, he said he would support abortion after birth. If the mom wants to kill the kid, well, we'll put him on the table and we'll just kind of see, we'll make a decision then, have a discussion. Andy Cuomo, when he was governor of New York, Democrat, he changed the abortion law so that if a criminal murders a pregnant woman, it would no longer be double homicide, and so that a woman could kill a baby up until the moment of birth, and then he lit up the World Trade Center in pink to celebrate that. The Democrats want to do that. That baby was delivered at 38 weeks, and the doctor said, we still will abort him. 3 days later, the baby is born. My recent child, my third son, was born at 39 weeks. I very recently held a baby that was pretty much the exact same age as a baby that these UK doctors wanted to murder. And we have this idea that when the baby's in the womb, it's not really a baby. But then the minute the baby comes out of the womb, you say, oh my goodness, that's a baby. That's so weird that thing was just in your belly. We have this idea that the baby in the womb is, I don't know, is like kind of looks weird or is translucent or something. I don't know. It just doesn't look like a human. No, the baby that they offered to kill had skin that just looks just like yours and my skin, had features, body features that look just like your and my body features, had moral dignity and worth just like ours, probably better than a lot of the people who are trying to kill him. The doctors in the UK wouldn't say 3 days later when the woman gave birth, okay, do you want us to behead him now? Do you want us to poison him or strangle him or just dash his brains out on the rocks? Do you want us to do that? They wouldn't do that because the horror of what they're proposing to do and what they regularly do is so obvious. But 3 days prior, they would do it. And they would do it because the kid is a little bit slow. He's a bit simple. He has Down syndrome. Because of that, because he has an intellectual impairment, they would say, what is the exact equivalent of you take a newborn baby, dash his brains out on the rocks like you're living in ancient Sparta or something. That's really happening, and Biden can deny it. But Trump, for all the controversy he's generated on some of his nuanced views on these kinds of issues, and his prudent or imprudent decisions to try to get elected, this is a guy who is pretty clearly on the right side of the life issue. Okay, and if you think this is just going on in the UK, you're crazy. This stuff is being promoted by the sitting president of the United States, whether he admits it or not, whether he's even aware of it or not. Go to preborn.com/Knowles. This month marks 2 years since the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Did you know that the number of abortions have increased since then? We hoped they would go down. They've increased. More than 1 million babies were killed by abortion in 2023, the highest number of abortions since 2012. Why is this? The reason is not because people went out and had more surgical abortions. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. It's because, unfortunately, the abortion pill is now more available than ever, accounting for up to 64% of all abortions. But Preborn continues to stand strong. Preborn is the largest pro-life organization in the country. They provide free ultrasounds to mothers with unplanned pregnancies to introduce them to the precious life growing inside them. When a mother meets her baby on ultrasound and hears his heartbeat, she is twice as likely to choose life. How can you help? Every day, Preborn rescues 200 lives. One ultrasound costs only $28, and could be the difference between life and death. Please join the fight by sponsoring an ultrasound. Whatever gift you give will go towards saving lives. All gifts are tax deductible. I personally support this organization. I strongly encourage you to give whatever you can. Preborn.com/Knowles to donate today. Preborn.com/Knowles or dial pound 250. Say the keyword baby. That is pound 250 keyword baby. Shocking survey has just come out. Shocking new study, shocking precisely to no one who has a modicum of common sense, shows that diversity, DEI, is bad for corporate profits. Wow, gee, you don't say. Now, why is this even a headline? It's a headline because back in 2015, McKinsey, probably the most famous consulting firm in the world, came out with a study, and they claimed that they found a link between profits and the racial and gender diversity of executives. McKinsey came out, big lib establishment corporate consulting firm, and they said, diversity is good for your bottom line. Get more women, get more blacks, and get even more ethnically and racially specific and exotic in the boardroom. You're going to make more money. And the problem with that study is it's completely bogus. Academics have tried to repeat the McKinsey study, and they're not able to replicate those results. A number of academics have found there is no link whatsoever between profitability and executive diversity. They haven't found that having more women and black people and Hispanics or whatever diminishes profits. They haven't found that either. They've just found there's no link between diversity and corporate profits. The methodology of the McKinsey studies is very silly and ridiculous. Just to give one example that's been pretty widely reported on, McKinsey originally had linked profits over several years at a company with diversity at the end of that period that they were looking at. And they concluded from that having, in 2024, having a diverse boardroom is why the company was profitable from 2015 to 2024, for example. But you said, well, hold on, they only had the diverse boardroom at the very end of that period. So McKinsey is concluding that diversity causes profits. You might be able to say, actually, profits cause diversity. The more profitable a company becomes, the more mainstream and establishment a company becomes, the more pressure it feels to implement DEI policies and invite tokens into the boardroom strictly for their skin color or their sex. But the other reason that it's so obvious that diversity, capital D, does not lead to profits is that unless black people are uniformly more productive than white people and are being kept out of jobs by some nefarious hidden force that can only be rectified by DEI policies, this conclusion couldn't possibly be true. Because without the DEI policies, ostensibly, the corporations are just hiring the people that they think are best for the job. And maybe that means it's only white guys. And maybe it means it's 7 white guys and 3 black guys. And maybe it means it's 9 men and 1 woman. And maybe it means it's 3 normal people and 7 like LGBT, pansexual, whatevers. I don't know. But regardless, without the mandate saying you need X number of black people and X number of women and X number of this, the corporation is just trying to make money. It's just trying to make money for its shareholders, and the main color that corporations care about is not black or white or yellow or red, but green. They want the money. So the very fact that such a policy would be pushed by government, such a type of DEI policy would be pushed by agitative NGOs and lawyers and all the rest of it, is specifically because corporations are simply focusing on profits. So that the two are distinct. No surprise then that the policies do not increase those profits. No one. It's one of those examples where it's the IQ bell curve. The drooling idiot at the lowest end of the IQ bell curve knows that, yeah, of course, implementing these diversity quotas don't actually increase profits. Then the people in the middle of the IQ curve are trying to say, no, but actually, see, here's why, because at McKinsey, we found the blah, 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 blah. And they have this bogus methodology. And then at the top of the IQ bell curve, you say, yeah, duh. If your goal is to make money, then you're going to make more money. And if your goal is to prioritize all these other ideological fashions, then you're going to get more of that, but that might come at the cost of money. That was a great clip. Hold up, ring the bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.